Okay, in this video, I'm going to talk about one really bad behavior. I have two, but I'm only going to talk about one. Really bad behavior that people who are survivors of abuse survivors can pick up from the abuser or abusers. And they might not even realize that that's what they've done. Now, people these days, they call it narcissistic fleas. They call a lot of the bad, abusive behaviors narcissistic. They're not always narcissistic, but I don't know. Personally, I see them that way. I don't know anybody who's been diagnosed with narcissistic personality disorder, and I don't know if anybody else has either. But yeah, so, and this is just my opinion. Okay, but one of the two behaviors I'm going to talk about is when they have they were abused by, say, they went through dysfunctional family, their family of origin. It was very dysfunctional. It was very abusive. So, they'll say that they experienced narcissistic abuse in this family. Or another one that I've seen that seems to be kind of common is someone who was raised in a religious family and was abused somehow by the church, or they were abused by, say, the parent who was very religious and used that to abuse them. Okay? Or it could be simply that they were abused by somebody in the church. It could be somebody in their community, however it is. Okay, now first off, I'm going to say this. I'm one who truly believes that a person can't get through life without seeing some kind of narcissistic behavior that goes beyond just what we all have as it is. We don't use ours for evil, but they've seen some that was kind of dangerous or evil or whatever, unless they've been very extremely sheltered. I mean, I was just in rush hour traffic, and my goodness, you could see it there. And it's dangerous to people when somebody's weaving in and out or driving too close to somebody, trying to speed everybody up, that kind of thing. I see that as a narcissistic behavior because they believe they're first and they own the road. Everybody else is on their road, you know what I'm saying? Okay, so I've noticed that. I made another clip, but my thing fell off the windshield and hit me. So, anyway, I've seen that. But what I want to talk about in this video is also that what I've seen is, say, somebody has a narcissistic mother, and they grew up in a dysfunctional family with a narcissistic mother, and then somebody who doesn't know, or maybe they do know, says something good about their own mother. They're not trying to, say anything bad about the other person. They're just saying that they're going to go to see their mother for Mother's Day, say, when it happened. And they were going to go take their mother here and there, because they have a good mother. I've seen people get jealous and say they should not say that. They should be more sensitive to them, but they shouldn't talk good about their own mother. Yes, I've seen it when the person's talking about the mother that they had that was good, doesn't even know that the other person had a bad mother. So it's a judgment. It's a jealousy. Now, see, that I would say is one of these narcissistic fleas. This bad behavior you can pick up from one of these types of abusers. And if it's something that is not about you and not sensitive to you, involving the jealousy also, that's very narcissistic to me. That everybody else should change who they are to suit you and your cause. Now, I'm not saying for people to go out and be abusive towards you on purpose, hurt you in that kind of way. But don't assume that they are, or unless you know they are. But just to be jealous, and actually say those words, I'm jealous of them for having that good, that good mother. But they shouldn't be talking about that around me. Wow. Wow. That's one, to me, of narcissistic behavior. Okay, and what that comes down to me, is somebody is ruining another person's good feelings. Because if that person has a good feeling about their mom, why are you trying to ruin it? you know, by making those kinds of statements. You know, they shouldn't do this because you had a bad one. Okay, now that goes to the next one, and that's about the church. Whatever kind of church, not everybody's Christian, not everybody's Jewish, not everybody's, whatever it is, people have different religions. But say you went to a Christian, you know, church, and you were somehow abused, or your parent, like I said earlier in the video, one of your parents or both used it to abuse you as a child, and somebody else talks about theirs, not knowing that about you, and they had a good experiences. I had good experiences in a Christian religion, okay, in the Christian churches I grew up. Really good. I saw really decent people, and I wasn't. This is not something to be fooled by. They were decent, good, decent people. Believe me, I know narcissistic people. These were not. Okay, and so if I were to say that, some people would want to take away from it and say that, just like I said, you know, that I would have been fooled, or, you know, something. They want to take away from it because they had a bad experience, you know, because of it, because of their religiosity, okay, or their parents, something. They had a bad experience. Okay, and I'm a person who can tell you that I've experienced that, of somebody using something, say that from the Bible or something they learned in church, to turn it around to abuse. I've experienced that personally. Spare the rod, spoil the child is not in the Bible. People have taken some scriptures and twisted them around to basically legitimize abusing a child. Okay? But no, it does not say spare the rod, spoil the child in the Bible. So I do know what it's like, you know, to have somehow been abused by, you know, by something that people using Christianity to do it. But does that give me any right? Let's say right. You know, to ruin Christianity for somebody else, to badmouth them, to basically say, you know, now I am a Christian, I don't have a problem admitting it. But if I had been turned by it, by my experience with it, is there any reason why I would want to take something from somebody who's happy with it? You know, other than being abusive myself, that would make me be abusive, to try to turn somebody just because it doesn't agree with the way I see it. You know, something that is doing good for them, but because it was bad for me, to switch it around. You see what I'm saying? Now the clip that I made that I had to delete because it fell on the floor, but was about that where I started with this was that of, you know, when somebody says that they've never run across anybody with any kind of narcissistic behavior, or somebody who is like a narcissist, you know, I'm not talking about diagnosed. When they say that, now should I dispel that for them because of my belief that I believe that people, you know, are going to run across at least one in their life unless they're really sheltered. You know, they're going to be affected by it, because you're driving down the road and something like that happens, you're affected by it. Okay, I can't imagine a person never being affected by anything. And yeah, actually I can, and you know what they're called. So, but they're still affected by it. You know, still. You might want to believe they don't get any way affected by anything. But yeah, so why would I feel that I am this superior being, which I don't. I don't feel this. To tell people, you know, that are having a good experience with something, that they're somehow wrong. You know? Think about all these things I've said. It's more than one narcissistic flea, isn't it? In this video that I'm pointing out. That you can learn the behaviors. You can learn from this abusive type person and not even realize, maybe you do. That would be even sadder. But, you know, you might not realize you're doing. You're trying to take away from somebody who's had something good because you've had something bad, and you don't think that anybody can have anything in that respect good. Yeah, got all that? Okay. I'm going to wrap this up now. If you want to subscribe to this channel, click the circle. If you want to watch another video from this channel, click one of the rectangles. Like, subscribe, comment, share if you want. Talk to you on another video. Bye.